What's up, XFL Nation? This is Bird Gang 114, and I'm Ed.
And I'm Cam.
And today we're going to do our XFL Power Rankings for Week 3. Before we start, we're going to go over the standings, the official XFL standings. In the West, you got Houston Roughnecks in first. In second, you have the Seattle Dragons. In third, you have the Dallas Renegades. And in fourth, you have the LA Wildcats.
So on the east side, we got in first place DC Defenders. In second, we got St.LOUIS Battlehawks. In third place, we got the New York Guardians here. And number 4, Tampa Bay Vipers.
Very good. Now let's get to business. In our standings for this week's in the XFL in Week 3 Power Rankings, I'll give you mine first. In 8th, I have the Tampa Bay Vipers, the same spot that they were in last week. Even though I think they made better strides because they played a much better game this week, I kept them in 8th. Because the team that I have in 7th, the New York Guardians, they lost to them last week, and the New York Guardians are my biggest movers of the week. They fell from 3rd to 7th, so they moved down 4 spots. And that's because of the quarterback play, and I have them there. They were going to be in 8th, but I just kept them there. But Matt McGloin didn't do that great, and Kevin Gilbride, the whole thing is like falling apart, and it's on live TV, which was awesome to watch. I was like, wow, whew. And in 6th, I have the LA Wildcats. They went up 1 spot from 7 from last week. I really believe that they're going to make some noise. They're a much better team than their standings. Now that they have the new quarterback who was hurt in the first week, Josh playing, he's looked like once he settles in, it could be good. They have some playmakers out there. I enjoyed the game. I think they're going to move up the rankings, but right now I have them in 6th. In 5th, I have the Dallas Renegades. They went up 1 spot from 6 from last week, and the reason I have them only moving up 1 spot is because Landry Jones had a very up and down game. As he said himself, he's just not getting the ball out there. But Dallas, I think, can get better. But right now, I have them at 5. They're not really impressing me as much. In 4th, I have the Seattle Dragons. I believe they've been playing better competition. They're still in 4th from last week, so they didn't move up or down. They stayed in the same spot. They need a little bit better quarterback play. They got good defense. They have some playmakers there, but right now they didn't move a spot. In number 3, I have the St.LOUIS Battlehawks, which I had move up from, I believe, was from 5th to 3rd, so they went up 2 spots. The reason they're pleasantly surprising me. Their quarterback Teamu is much better in week 2 than week 1. The team is very balanced. They can run and they can pass, and they have a decent defense. To me, I think they're for real. In 2nd, I have the same team. They didn't move from last week, the DC Defenders. They are a very well balanced team. They got better with Anthony Johnson trade. He had 1.5 sacks. They're moving the ball. They have everything that you need. Good special teams, good defense, good offense, very well balanced team. The only reason I have them in 2nd is because they played New York, which the competition wasn't as good as my number 1 team, which is the Houston Roughnecks, which they were then my number 1 team as well last week. So they stayed and kept the first spot, but they could easily be transposed with DC. But the reason I kept them there is because even though it was a tight game, they played much better competition. So Cam, let's hear your power rankings.
So in 8th place, I got the Tampa Bay Vipers also, and they were ranked 8th last week. I just feel like their backup quarterback didn't do that well, and I didn't even feel like the quarterback they had in the first week was that good either. So I think they're going to stay in 8th. LA is my ranked 7 this week, and they were ranked 7 last week also. I just feel like they definitely got better with the new quarterback. The one, I guess he came out injury. I liked him. I thought he was a not bad quarterback, so they could easily go up the rankings. Number 6, we have New York Guardians. They definitely went down. I had them as last week in 2nd, and they proved to me that they are not that good. and the way how they are, this could easily go down still because it looks like they disassembled the team. Like the team just broke away. In fifth, we got Dallas Renegades. They were ranked number 4. I'm not saying they were anything worse. I just think the fourth place Seattle Dragons is just a little bit better than them. Even though Dragons played Vipers last game and they barely beat them, I just felt like the weather was that reason why, and it's hard to throw the ball, and that's why the pass completions earlier looked bad and all that. But once they got used to it on the second half, they hit a deep post to Reynolds and they scored a big team. They came back. So that's the reason why I thought Seattle was better than Dallas. We got here in third, St. Louis. They were last week ranked was 6. I thought almost being Houston. I felt like if the flag should have been called, the offside, if that happened, I think St. Louis would have beat Houston. It wouldn't have won that game. But it didn't, and that's why I still have them at 3. Number 2, we got Houston. And they were last week 1. The reason why I dropped them down was because I think Houston's good on offense, and I think their defense gets a little bit tired, and that's why, like I said on the preview of the St. Louis-Houston game, it was going to be close because their defense ain't going to stop St. Louis' offense that much. And the reason why I have number 1 DC and they were ranked 3 is because their defense will stop Houston's offense, I feel like, and DC's offense is really good. So I think DC's better than Houston. If they had a game today, I would say DC would beat Houston, and that's why I have DC as 1.
Well, there you go, XFL fans. That's the Bird Gang's rankings for week power rankings for week number 3. If you want, leave us a comment. Maybe let us know what your thoughts are on the rankings, how you feel about them, what you would change and what you would do. If you could like and subscribe, we would appreciate it also. And we'll be dropping another video on Friday this week with week 3 predictions. And we'll be talking to you guys soon.